What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Valerio White, checking back in with another video. I go by V for short, and in this video, I will be telling you all 25 companies that you didn't know utilizes AWS, part 2, all right? So in part 1, you all gave 25 likes or more, so as promised, I had to run it back and give you all a part 2. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The first company is United Airlines. United Airlines is a major American airline that flies to over 210 locations in the US, as well as over 120 different locations internationally. United Airlines actually leverages AWS to increase operational efficiencies as well as reduce emissions by building what they call an intelligent airport project. And lastly, the AWS service that United Airlines uses is going to be Internet of Things Core. The second company is going to be Intuit, and Intuit is going to be a global technology platform that helps you build your financial confidence. Intuit leverages AWS to enhance efficiency for its team and reliability for its users. And lastly, one of the services that Intuit uses of AWS is going to be Amazon Key Spaces. The third company is PBS, which stands for Public Broadcasting Service. It's an American broadcaster and television network that reaches millions. I was one of the ones who actually grew up on it myself. PBS actually leverages AWS by using machine learning and artificial intelligence in order to streamline media content operations. Lastly, some of the services that PBS uses on AWS is going to be Amazon Rekognition and Amazon S3. The fourth company is going to be GE Aviation, and GE Aviation, which is now called GE Aerospace, is a world-leading provider in jet engines. And with AWS, GE Aerospace is able to improve its agility while being able to navigate government strict regulations for access permissions. Lastly, some of the services that GE Aviation, or Aerospace, uses involve Amazon S3, Amazon Redshift, and AWS GovCloud. Fifth company is Verizon, and Verizon is one of the largest mobile carriers in the US and one of the largest telecom companies. With AWS, Verizon is able to innovate for its customers for applications such as autonomous mobile robots as well as hazard monitoring. Lastly, some of the services, AWS services that Verizon uses in order to get this done is going to be AWS Wavelength and AWS Outpost. Sixth company is going to be Honda, and most of you all are aware of Honda. Honda is going to be one of the largest Japanese automotive manufacturers out there, and they were one of the leading motorcycle manufacturers out there since the 1900s. AWS, Honda was actually able to optimize costs and improve performance by migrating its CDN to the platform of AWS. Some of the services that Honda use include Amazon CloudFront, Amazon Route 53, and Lambda at Edge. The seventh company is going to be Discover, and Discover is one of the leading banking and payment services company that provides banking and credit products. With AWS, Discover has actually been able to increase transaction speeds by 66%. Lastly, some of the services that Discover uses with AWS is going to be Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon S3, and Amazon EMR. The eighth company is going to be Liberty Mutual Insurance, and Liberty Mutual Insurance is one of the largest property and casualty insurers that's out there. Liberty Mutual was able to reduce costs and improve time to market by going completely serverless on AWS. Lastly, some of the services that Liberty Mutual uses is going to be AWS Lambda, AWS Step Functions, and AWS CDK. The ninth company is Netflix, right? And Netflix is a well-known streaming services that offers a wide variety of TV shows, anime, documentaries, movies, etc., etc. I love Netflix, by the way. Netflix has been able to use AWS to build resilient multi-site workloads. Lastly, some of the services that Netflix uses is going to be AWS Global Infrastructure, Amazon CloudFront, and Amazon Route 53. 10th company is going to be Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola is a total beverage company that sells products like Sprite and Coca-Cola to over 200 different countries and territories. Coca-Cola has been using AWS to rapidly develop and deploy new solutions that allow them to increase customer engagement, reinforce their brand, and even grow that revenue. Lastly, some of the services that they use is going to involve Amazon CloudFront, Amazon DynamoDB, and AWS Lambda. The 11th company is going to be HBO Max, and HBO Max is a streaming service that brings us the greatest stories that come from Warner Brothers, DC, Cartoon Network, and of course, HBO, and much more. HBO Max has been using AWS in order to globally scale their direct-to-consumer platform by offering best-in-class entertainment quality. Lastly, one of the main services that they use is going to be AWS Lambda. 12th company is going to be BP, and BP is one of the world's leading oil and gas companies. Interestingly enough, BP has actually been using AWS in order to scale its data science machine learning operations. Lastly, some of the services that BP uses involve Amazon SageMaker and Amazon Professional Services. 13th group is going to be the BMW Group. The BMW Group is one of the world's leading manufacturers in premium automobiles and motorcycles. The BMW Group has been using AWS in order to implement and improve their sustainable mobility. And lastly, one of the major services that the BMW Group uses is going to be Amazon SageMaker. The 14th company is going to be Continental, and Continental develops technologies and services for the sustainable and connected mobility of people and their goods. I'm familiar with them because of their tires. Continental has been using AWS in order to extremely cut their data processing time. Lastly, some of the services that they use will involve Amazon ECS and AWS IAM. 15th company is going to be Dish Network, and Dish Networks provides television entertainment and technologies to its customers by using its satellite Dish TV. Dish Network has used AWS in order to build a self-service portal in order to create multiple accounts at scale. Lastly, some of the services that Dish Network uses in AWS will involve Amazon EC2, Amazon EKS, and Amazon RDS. 16th company is going to be Best Western Hotel and Resorts. All right. Best Western Hotel and Resorts is a leading hospitality enterprise that's comprised of 3 different hotel companies. Best Western Hotel and Resorts has been utilizing AWS in order to stop data breaches and to automate key processes. Some of the services that they use involve Amazon Redshift, Amazon RDS, and Amazon Aura. The 17th company is Capital One, which is one of the largest retail banks in the United States, serving more than 100 million customers. Capital One has been utilizing AWS in order to help its DevOps team to move fast by utilizing AWS's on-demand infrastructure. Lastly, some of the services that they use involve Amazon VPC, Amazon EC2, and Amazon S3. 18th company is Epic Games, which is a leading interactive entertainment company that's well known, or most known rather, for its game called Fortnite. Epic Games has been using AWS in order to power their most popular game, as noted before, Fortnite, that has over 400 million different players, right? So the entire backend, all of their servers are all housed on AWS. Lastly, one of the major services that they use is going to be Amazon EC2. 19th company is Fox, and Fox is a television network that produces and distributes sports, news, and entertainment through multiple different brands. Fox has been utilizing AWS in order to process and distribute programming for more functionality and speed. Lastly, some of the services that they use will be AWS Clean Room and Amazon SageMaker. 20th company is going to be the Volkswagen Group, which is a leading automotive German manufacturing company. Volkswagen has been using AWS in order to accelerate their 3D data preparation and remote rendering for VR. Lastly, some of the companies that Volkswagen use will involve Amazon EC2, Amazon S3, and AWS Lambda. The 21st company is going to be Experian, which is a multinational data analytics and consumer credit reporting company. Experian has been utilizing AWS in order to maintain its secure cloud environment. Lastly, some of the services that they use involve AWS Config, AWS CloudFormation, and AWS Systems Manager. 22nd company is going to be Panasonic Avionics, which is a world-leading supplier of in-flight entertainment and communication systems. Panasonic Avionics has been utilizing AWS in order to cut its cost by 80% while still improving reliability and performance. Lastly, some of the services that they use involve Amazon Aura, AWS DMS, and Amazon S3. The 23rd company is going to be LG, which is one of the world's leading supplier and manufacturer of consumer and commercial products, ranging anywhere from TVs and home appliances. And LG has been utilizing AWS in order to accelerate its product design. Lastly, some of the services that they use in AWS involve Nice DCV and Nice Engine Frame. The 24th company is going to be Canva, which is an online design and visual communications platform. Canva has been utilizing AWS in order to scale text to image to 100 million users very quickly. Lastly, some of the services that they use involve Amazon SageMaker and Amazon Rekognition. The 25th and final company is going to be Dropbox, which is an online cloud storage service. Dropbox has been utilizing AWS in order to save millions by building a scalable metadata store. Lastly, some of the services that they use will involve Amazon S3, Amazon EMR, and Amazon DynamoDB. That concludes it, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be part 2 of 25 companies you didn't know that uses AWS, okay? I'm going to dare to say it. If we get another 25 likes on this video, I will make a part 3 to this series, all right? So I want to say thank you to everybody who stayed to the very end. Leave a comment down below. Please leave me a thumbs up. Give this video a like. And at the end of every video, God bless and take care. I'm out.